Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly. I'm one of the PIs on the CLC Innovators project, and we would just want to say welcome. And I'm going to take a minute today to kind of give a little tour of our Teams platform to make sure that everybody can use it for the pre-institute assignments for the upcoming year. This won't be an extensive or long intro to Teams. If you are having trouble using Teams in any way, please reach out to us and we can set up a one-on-one appointment. I'm just giving a little tour of our Teams classroom that we'll be using for the pre-institute assignments. So again, not a step-by-step instruction manual for using Teams. We did do a survey last year on what platform most people were most comfortable with, and Teams came out on top. So that is what we're going to be using to engage with you all this year. And that is in addition to one other platform through the LibreText website, but I'm not going to talk about that today. That's going to have a whole different session to talk about how to use that platform. So first things first, thank you for accepting the invite to the Teams classroom. That was your first step. I will say that I have found it to be easier to download the desktop app of Teams to use, but you can run Teams directly through your web browser. So once you open up Teams, you may have a bunch of different teams. How many times can I say Teams in one video? You may have a bunch of different ones. The one that we're looking for here is actually going to be a class. We decided to develop it as a class this year, just for some of the functionality of that setup. So we are the CLC Innovators LOTR cohort, Lord of the Rings. We have a number of cohorts going at any given time. And so we've kind of given you guys each a theme. You can see last year's cohort 1 had a Star Wars theme. So we're Lord of the Rings this year. So when you open that up, what it'll do is take you either to the home page or to the main channel. Your landing page may be dictated by your settings. So a couple of things I just want to point out to you here. I just apologize. I want to point out these different categories over here. Now, yours may look just slightly different than mine because I am an owner and an instructor, and you have a student access. So, but for the most part, these are going to hold true. So we have the home page here. If you click on that, you will see some of the resources that we've kind of pinned. We've got the LibreText here. Any assignments that are coming up will show up here, class schedule, and those types of things. The class work is where you're going to find our pre-institute assignments. You can actually get to the materials through some of these other options, but if you click on classwork, you will see the modules in order here. You can open those up, read some of the information about it, and then just follow down the line here for the modules. So for example, if I open up the notebook here, it's going to take me to the notebook area of Teams Classroom, where I can start engaging with the content from the module. Now, one thing that I wanted to point out here is that sometimes it's kind of difficult to navigate back and forth in Teams. And so whenever I get stuck, like I can't find any of my buttons or I can't see that list from the teams that I was just seeing, I just go right back to Teams and enter the classroom again, just so that I can get back to these. Sometimes they are just hidden over here, and sometimes it's not an option. And so just you can always go to Teams to these here to get back into that classroom. So we looked at class work. The other thing I want to show you all is something called the class notebook. This is going to be one of the main areas that we use in the classroom. So when you open up the class notebook, you may see that there's nothing here, that there's nothing selected. All you have to do is open up these books here, okay? And then you'll see this whole set of options. Now, this is where it's going to look a little different from you. You're not going to have the teacher only. You're also not going to be able to see all the different students, but you should see your own. So for example, if Maya were to log in, she would see her own notebook down here. But what you will see is the content library and the collaboration space. The content library is where we will push information. So if I were to open that up, you'll see that I've already built out the pre-institute modules, module 1. Spoiler alert, I haven't populated module 2 or 3 yet, but that's where I'll be building those out. So module 1 here is the first module that you'll be working on. And so you can access that module directly through the class notebook or through classwork, which is what I showed you just previous to this. Now, as you scroll down the module and do your reading, you will come up on points where it says to go to a different area of the classroom. For example, task 1, it's asking you to go and enter some things in the collaboration space. Well, the collaboration space is just another area of the notebook. So where the content library, nobody besides instructors can change anything. In the collaboration space, everybody can type and change things in there. So when your tasks ask you to go to collaboration spaces, you're going to click up here. It's going to have kind of the same naming scheme, okay? But you'll see it's a different set of instructions. So this one is starting our work together. The task is to fill in a table of your team members and to answer 2 questions. You can see that the leadership team filled in our table as an example. And there should be tables down here for each of the teams that are going to join us. Please fill those out. That's part of the module for the pre-institute module number 1. We are asking for headshots just so that we can get to know each other quickly, even doing a little bit of getting to know you before we arrive at the institute. All right, so we've got our content library. Again, that's the content that you can't change, but that's where I'm pushing information. Collaboration space, you can change. You'll be able to type in there. Finally, the last place, or well, I guess, no, 2 more. 2 more places. You can access the assignments either through, again, classwork. So if you looked at the pre-institute module 1 classwork, you can see that an assignment, you can tell it's an assignment because it has the little backpack icon. You can access the assignment there, or you can just go directly to assignments and it'll have a list of all of the assignments. But what you won't have is that contextual information from the notebook. So you want to kind of follow the classwork order, because that'll take you through all that context information. But in that, you are going to have to navigate within Teams classroom. So we've got our assignments that we click on here, and you can complete. You can see our student research assistants haven't completed it yet. They don't have to yet. And then the last place I want to show are the channels. So each group is going to be able to, or every group will be able to see our LOTR channel here, where we can everybody is able to view those channels. You will also have a institutional team specific channel that will have all of the leadership team on it. So the leadership team and your institutional team will have our own specific channel. That's a place where you can go and ask the leadership team questions and not broadcast that to the entire cohort. Though if it's a question you think the cohort would benefit from, please, by all means, drop it into the main channel. So this is our main channel. One of the assignments for module 1 was to engage on this main channel just a little bit. So you can see I've written a first getting to know you question. What is everybody's favorite Rita's Ice flavor? And so you'll see in the assignment that there's a prompt to come in here and kind of engage on that channel. So I think that's mostly it. There's a lot of settings that you can set here in our classroom. There's also places for us to keep files that we can share with one another. So I invite you to go into the Teams classroom to look around a little bit, get used to the platform, because it is a place where we're going to be engaging with each other throughout the year. If you have any questions, please let us know. Like I said, we're always happy to have a little one-on-one where we can walk you through these a little bit more slowly. But if you take some time and get used to it, it should start to kind of come together, and you'll understand how we're going to work with each other. So with that said, I'm super excited to start seeing everybody move through Module 1, and we will see you all virtually soon.